So what we're going to talk about is inflammation and fat. So different fats will help to decrease inflammation, or different fats will help to promote inflammation. Now, inflammation is part of the immune system. The inflammatory response turns on because the immune system has flagged something that isn't correct. Something's not right. Either you've gone over on your ankle, or your digestive system is exposed to a food or bacteria that it shouldn't be, and then the inflammatory response turns on. The problem occurs in the body when inflammation doesn't turn off. Okay? If there's inflammation involved, there's generally pain involved because there's some swelling involved. So inflammation's turned on, there's pain there, you don't feel your best. But this pain and inflammation is the body's warning system to tell you that something is wrong and that you need to take corrective action. If you're getting a lot of headaches, if you're getting a lot of joint pain, a lot of bloating, pain in the digestive system, this is something telling you there's something wrong. And if it gets to a stage where you're having a heart attack or a stroke or you've got cancer, this is like the end scale of that. Like your body, there's warning systems, warning signs along the way, but that's the end scale. That's where we don't want to be. That's your chronic disease. That's where we don't want to get to that stage. So you want to try and take corrective action to make sure that you're not going to lead down that path. So prostaglandins are hormone-like substances that are short-lived in the body that help to promote or decrease inflammation. We can't supplement them because they're short-lived, so your body needs to make sure that you're consuming the raw materials like omega-3, arachidonic acid, or omega-6 to help with inflammation. Now, we do need inflammation in the body, especially if we roll over on our ankle, if we have a nick or a tear in one of our arteries. Our body needs to be able to do something about that. Immediately, it needs to be able to like, hey, this isn't right, I'm going to go in there and help fix this. So inflammation is generally there to take corrective action. So if you get a nick or a tear in your artery, your body's going to lay down cholesterol because cholesterol is actually anti-inflammatory in the body. So it's going to lay down cholesterol like a band-aid on your artery. But what happens is it's a bit sticky. And if you're not giving your body the time, if your body doesn't have the raw materials it needs to heal your arteries, what can happen is that cholesterol just gets laid down, and that can cause a blockage, or that cholesterol can break off and cause a plaque. That's a clot going around the body. The problem within the blood system is that if that blocks for any reason, there's going to be a shortage of oxygen, and that's when tissue can die. Okay, so we're always looking to keep the blood vessels clear so the blood can pump around, oxygen get where it needs to, and nothing dies off. So when it comes to inflammation and prostaglandins, there's 3 different prostaglandins. You got your PG1, PG2, and PG3. Okay, they come from different food sources and they have different roles. So PG1 is made from omega-6. And we're going to talk all about that, but it can either promote inflammation or decrease inflammation. So it can go either way. PG2, which comes from arachidonic acid, it can only be to cause inflammation. And PG3 from omega-3 is going to decrease inflammation. So if you're in a lot of pain a lot of the time, which one of these are you going to look to help to fix you? Is it going to be omega-3? Is it going to be arachidonic acid? Is it going to be omega-6? Ideally, it should be omega-3. So if you're looking to decrease pain in the body, you need to decrease your arachidonic acid because that promotes inflammation. We're going to talk all about this. And then to increase anti-inflammatory prostaglandins, you look to support your PG1 and PG3. And then you're looking to avoid any hydrogenated oils or deep fried foods because these can rob your body of your essential fatty acids. So if you're eating a lot of fried foods or hydrogenated oils or margarine, it can affect your omega-3 and omega-6, and that's going to affect how your body deals with inflammation. So we're going to talk about PG1. So PG1 comes from omega-6, and it's either anti-inflammatory or promotes inflammation. So what it does, its role is it helps to relax your blood vessels, helps to lower blood pressure and keep your blood thin, which helps prevent clots because your blood's just going to keep on flowing around nicely. So it helps to reduce your chance of heart attack, stroke, anything like that. It helps to decrease inflammation and the pain that's associated with that inflammation. Just think of anything that swells up, it's going to cause pain because it's pushing out on tissue that it shouldn't. That's where your pain's coming from, okay? It can also play a role with the control of your blood sugar as it helps with insulin. So omega-6 can either go to promote inflammation or decrease inflammation. We're always looking to try and help to decrease inflammation at the moment. So sources would be sunflower seeds, hemp seeds, sesame seeds, pumpkin, walnuts, corn, soybeans. With the female menstrual cycle, evening primrose in the supplement form, evening primrose oil, borage oil, or blackcurrant seed oil are really helpful. Just help to decrease pain. PG2. So these will cause inflammation. That's its role. We need inflammation in the body. So your body is going to need to produce inflammation, and it does this with arachidonic acid. So pain will occur when arachidonic acid is stripped away from the cellular membrane and is converted by various enzymatic pathways into a pain-causing prostaglandin. So that's why we need the arachidonic acid. Now, sources of arachidonic acid are all meats, especially conventionally raised. So your meats, your eggs, your cheese, your cream, these guys are all going to promote inflammation in the body. If you are in a lot of pain a lot of the time, I would suggest reducing your animal intake because it'll help to reduce the arachidonic acid in your body, which will help to decrease the amount of pain that you are feeling. So there's a slight difference between conventionally raised and wild and pastures. So conventionally raised, think of it as if there's a field of grass there and you take a cow and you let the cow out to pasture. And then I decide, I'm just going to cut out the middleman. I'm going to go and eat that grass and my body will create omega-3. Omega-3 is generally created from greens. So algae, flaxseed, grass, these guys can get converted into omega-3, but the human body does not have the ability to do that. So I'm out on the grass, pasturing away there, chewing on that grass, and it's going nowhere. The cow's chewing away on that grass. He's got 4 stomachs. He can convert it, that he's going to make omega-3 and he's then going to store it in his meat and then I'm going to eat it, essentially. And the same can be said for fish, chicken, anything like that. If they're eating pastured, like green grass, they're going to be able to create omega-3. Unfortunately, the human body does not have 4 stomachs and we are not able to break down grass to produce omega-3. Our body cannot produce omega-3, that's why we have to eat it. So if you are highly inflamed, but you can't give up meat, this is when it's best to eat wild or pastured because that meat or dairy products will contain more omega-3. Unfortunately, conventionally raised, they're not fed the raw materials to convert it into omega-3. Hope that makes sense. So omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. The problem is that the modern diet is hugely deficient in omega-3. Omega-3 is expensive. It goes rancid very quickly. So in foods, in vegetable oils, anything like that, it's not going to be omega-3 generally because it goes rancid so quickly. So the role that omega-3 would play is it prevents stickiness in the blood, preventing clotting and blockages. It's essential for proper brain function, supports vision, controls blood cholesterol and fat levels, and helps to decrease inflammation and the associated pain. If you're in a lot of pain, you've got digestive discomfort, headaches, dry, aggravated skin, you've got arthritis, joint pain, these are signs that you could be deficient in omega-3. If you've got a high C-reactive protein score, again, it's going to be an indication that inflammation is out of control and it could be to do with omega-3. Heart disease, cancer, again, these can be signs that you're low in omega-3. So sources would be oily animal, would be oily fish, tuna, mackerel, sardine, salmon, grass-fed or pastured meat, dairy, eggs. And these are going to contain EPA and DHA. You don't really need to know that, but these are the components that our body is looking for. EPA is really good at controlling inflammation, and DHA is really good for your brain function. So plant sources are going to be your flaxseed, your linseed, your chia seed, your hemp seed, your walnuts. But the problem is the body can only convert, say, between 2 to 10%. So if you think of me out grazing on that grass, I might be able to convert 2 to 10% of usable forms like flaxseed, chia seeds, hemp seeds. But the problem is I don't have the ability to convert the whole lot and make it usable. We're very inefficient at this. So that's why we, like, animal sources are so good, because they've done the conversion for us. So the conversion also needs like different minerals